I'll try to get a decent look at the couple of tanks here of Russian Red Lace Snakeskins. I have about 5 or 6 tanks of them. These are some of the breeders. I selected them mostly for the body shape and the dorsal and tail shape. Some of them have the black dots, the males, in the body, and this one's got a little black dot, a couple of them in the tail, which I'd really like to breed out eventually, but basically their fins were so nice and the coloration so nice that I had to pick them anyway. So from the next batch I'll be more selective. This is a younger male right there. He's got a really nice body pattern that I like. There's a couple of red dots on the side. Now the problem with these for me is I get a few that have no pattern at all, and I tried just junking them for a while, and then I accidentally used a male that had no pattern and a clear tail with a regular couple of females, and I ended up with some really nice babies. So they all had the pattern. I guess this is an older male, but it's really nice. Tail's nice, has great shape to it. The dorsal is nice length. And anyway, that's one of the tanks of them. The plants are a thin leaf water sprite. This one is mostly younger ones. I put a few males in there that I like, some females in there. This is a younger male, obviously. And there's a lot of young females in there. It's also got the thin leaf water sprite. So I have a couple of good males in here. Here's one of them who's kind of starting to come a little forward here. So you can see it has a good body pattern. The caudal edge is a little ragged. That's really just from age. Same with that one. A little hard to get them when they go into the plants. The plants are pretty dense. This one's got some spotting on it. So this is kind of the secondary tank of breeders, because I want to see what kind of babies I get out of them to continue the line. So if all else fails, I got the younger ones that have the pattern I like. So I have a couple others. This is a cross I'm doing of the black lace snakeskin, and somewhere in there I have a couple of red lace snakeskin males. See if I can focus on them. The only thing wrong with this male is the color is really light in the tail. See if I can get good, but he's got a great dorsal, nice pattern on the body. Just the tail has real light color, almost translucent, which I'm not too nuts about. But anyway, I got that cross going to see what I can end up getting out of them. I really love the black lace snakeskins. I'd like to get that a little more perfected. And I have one other, couple other tanks of them. This is a mix of a batch I got that has some black lace snakeskins in it, and also some red lace snakeskins, and a couple of them in there, if I can find them. I got a couple of them that have actually the red and the black, which is pretty interesting. So most of the females are coming forward here, unfortunately. I think there's going to be food. And the males are, I want to show you, are in the back, so see if I can get them to come forward there. And there's one which you briefly saw. Try and catch him again. It's got like a black lace outline pattern. Really super nice body pattern. And I kind of like having a black edge around the tail and the dorsal, which everybody's in the way now. Let's see if I can get them with the fake food thing. There we go. Alright, that's a regular red one. Okay, well, I'm not finding the one I want to show you. That might be him right there. And there's also a couple of albino females in there. There he is. Very interesting to me. I'd like to continue that, so that's what this whole contraption of breeders is aiming towards. I got every possible mix in there. I got a couple of black snakeskins, a red and black, some dark females, and a couple of albino females, and then a couple of regular females. So I like this a lot. It's pretty cool, something I want to work on. And I figure I can go over a little bit of culling. Now, all these males in this tank, I culled out quite a few of them. Some of them were just because they got really ragged. I'll try to focus on the ones I can get. This one was a little too ragged. It had a really crappy dorsal, and he's probably going to end up getting fed to the axolotl. This one's pretty nice and may end up going back in the tank. Just had a split tail, and I think he got caught in the net with some other ones I was trying to get out. And this one here has no pattern at all, and a crappy tail. This one obviously is getting fed to the axolotl. It's got a bent spine. That's a female. And this one I'm trying to focus on. It's got no pattern whatsoever, and that is a problem. Some of the males, it's hard to get them in there, but there you can kind of see it. That one obviously had to go. So there's no females in this tank except for the one with the bent spine. This one's probably going to come back out. And it's actually a nicer male than I thought. So except for some gashes in the tail, you're probably going to have to get him back in there. Now, this one's not too bad. I don't like that big spot at the base of the tail. So that's why I pulled that one out. So pretty much pulled them all for a reason, except for obviously the one I shouldn't have. And this one's not too terrible. And this one's terrible. That one's terrible. And this one is pretty iffy. So some of them, it's from age. Other ones, like this one here, is just a really crappy fish. This one's not too bad, but I don't like that spot on the side and in the tail, so that's why that one came out. Now you're probably asking why I hang on to ones that I've culled, and this will be the reason right here. This male I culled out because there was no pattern, but if I can get him to turn to the side, it's got some of the most incredible tail and dorsal that I've seen on these things. I mean, that's just amazing. That's really long, full, thick tail. It's got no pattern on the body. It's a little bit of a pattern in the tail. But I haven't used him as a breeder. Probably not going to, obviously, because he's getting old. But the other interesting thing you can kind of see is he has black pec fins, which is interesting. So it's what you never know what you're calling out. This one, is a little too old to use for anything, but the tail is really spectacular. And the color's not bad. I can deal with a red, weird red thing. So it's pretty amazing. And I just kind of hung on to him by accident, and it ended up being a pretty smart thing to do. So I may toss a female in there just to see if he can catch up to her. And see if I can get him to turn to the side one more time. So there you go. I mean, that's an incredible tail. The width on it, the length on it, it's just amazing. Plus, I haven't had any before with the black pec fins. So it's pretty interesting. And one last thing to show would be this cross I'm working on. I crossed the Japanese blue firetail double swords into my full reds, and as you can see, see if I can get this guy on camera here, that's more of a red than an orange. So the cross definitely took, they're not fire tail orange things anymore. They're definitely red. and they got a little bit more red on the side of the body. They still have the Japan blue color as well. There's that female is the F1 cross, so that's actually a double sword female that is hit, you know, with the full red female as the mom. So there's quite a few babies in there hiding somewhere, and this looks like it's going to be a male without the sword. See if I can steady this camera a little bit. So that I might have to pull that one out because I don't know what that's going to end up being. So, well, I don't know where he went. There he is. It's interesting, but I'll probably have to pull that one out. So, anyway, appreciate you watching. Hope it wasn't too boring, and thanks.